Gretchen Smith, the director of the Edisto Island Historic Preservation Society, and I'm here with Carol Belser. And this is the second in the series of virtual tours that we're calling Living with History, not Learning from History. That's our weekly challenge. So this is Living with History. And because we can't do the tour this year, we're doing individual tours of homes, one each month. So this is the second one. And this is Carol Belser, who you saw in the first one. If you watched that one, Carol owns two historic properties that are on the same plantation. Shadyside, which we did, was the first one, our debut virtual tour. And now we're at Shady Side, which is the original foreman's house for Shadyside Plantation.
I'll have to correct you on that, Gretchen.
Oh,
it wasn't
good.
a foreman's house.
Oh.
It was a granary.
Oh, okay.
And it then became the foreman's
Okay.
house later.
It was the
the foreman's house at one time, but originally it was a granary.
Okay, so it's got a lot of uses.
Yes.
And this is one of my favorite houses on Edisto because it's so cute and it's just a jewel. It's not fancy. It's very comfortable. And this is one where you can truly see its evolution, and Carol will go through that with you, from almost being derelict to a wonderful place where they now live in the winter when they move over here from Sunnyside. So you want to tell us a little bit about the property, Carol?
Sure. I bought this house about 6 or 7 years ago from a cousin who had it, and the house was really in just dilapidated shape. It was falling down, and everybody kept driving by and going, "Why don't you do something with that house?" I said, "It's not mine. I'm not going to redo a house that doesn't belong to me." Well, it now belongs to me, so we redid it. We had a great time redoing it. It was so much fun.
How long have you had this property?
About what property?
Shadyside.
Shadyside. About 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
And it really was a cute house. Originally, as I said, it was a granary, and then as time went on, they put people in the house, and then they would add a room on, and then they'd add a bathroom, and so it had various stages, and we kind of combined all of it. This room, actually, we added on to the house when we built it, or when we redid it, and it's just fun. We love living here in the wintertime. It's a whole different view of the creek. Being ornithologists, we study birds, and you wouldn't believe how the bird life is different here than it is on the front of the creek. We have, in the wintertime, we have mergansers that come and float and swim underneath the trees, and it's just wonderful. We have a great time here. Sid and I love this house, and we're actually looking forward to moving back in sometime this winter, if winter ever comes.
And this house also is a great example of, it has all the modern conveniences.
Yes.
You did it all at one time.
Yes.
It's a very comfortable house, but it still maintains its historic integrity. Mm-hmm. And some of you may have seen this house. It has a history with the movie industry. Do you want to tell us which movie it was?
It was in The Notebook. It was Noah's father's house. So
James Garner, I believe.
No.
It was
That's
Sam
Shepard. James Gardner was Noah when he was an older man.
Okay, so, if you've seen The Notebook,
it was where they had a party out there, and it was Noah and I can't even remember the woman's name. Their first kiss, and it was fun. They did all the filming at night. They had 2 huge lights set, probably about 100 yards away, and they could control the lighting at night, whereas they couldn't control it during the day because a cloud would go over the sun and change all the lighting. So they did all the filming at night, but it's a lot of fun watching them. Ryan Gosling is as nice as you think he is. He befriended my niece, who was 5 years old at the time, and she had a major crush on him. And Gail, my sister Gail, would find out where they were going to be in Charleston, and she'd take Belle over to him, and Ryan would come up and say, "Belle, how are you doing?" And And then on Valentine's Day, he got us some candy out of the commissary and that kind of stuff. So he really was a nice person.
Well, good to know. All right, Shirley. Okay, Carol, this is my understanding that we're in the new part of the house. Is that correct?
That's correct. We added 12 feet onto the house to get a living area. And
so in this area, you didn't have to stay in sync with anything. You started from scratch.
We started
from
scratch.
So you could do whatever you wanted
because
back here.
The back side of the house, which is where this wall would have been, was just in deplorable condition. It was just falling down in pieces. And this is actually where the bathroom was added. For the other house prior to my moving in, they had a bathroom on here that they had added to it.
Off the back of the house?
Off the back of the house. Well, that was not in good shape. We just tore that off and added this on. And my cabinets, as I said, this is the old part of the house. The wood that came off of this back side is what's making these cabinets.
This is heart pine?
Heart pine, yes.
Beautiful wood.
Yeah. But I'm back to my one-butt kitchen. I have my two-butt kitchen over in the big house, but I'm back to my one-butt kitchen here. It's small, but it does the trick. I love it. It's just a wonderful little kitchenette. It just is perfect.
Did this have a kitchen in it before?
Yes, the kitchen is over where the bar is right now.
Over there.
It's back over on this side.
Okay.
Which
is in the old part of the house.
That's in the old part of the house.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm. The floor is boards that they got from a place in Waltboro that has old wood that they rejuvenated and put the old wood floors down.
This is heart pine as well.
This is heart pine as well.
So you got heart pine throughout the entire house.
Throughout the entire house, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
We can go over into the living area, and I can tell you a little bit about the mantelpiece. Let's go there. This fireplace is a ventless fireplace, and again, the wood is from the old house, except for this big piece. I found this big piece in Charleston and bought it for a couple $100 just for the mantelpiece. It has not been fixed or anything like that. The bricks came from an old hunting lodge that the Belser family had, and my brother had dug up some of the bricks. He gave them to me, and we had a bricklayer come and put the fireplace in. And in the wintertime, it's wonderful. You can just sit around here and soak up the heat, and it's great. We just love it. Thank you. Now let's go look at the old part of the house.
These are interesting pieces, and I'm familiar with them because I also have the same pieces, but why don't you tell people a little bit about these two?
All right, I'll be
hanging
glad
on
to.
the wall.
As I think everybody knows, the museum was responsible for getting a slave cabin up to the African American Museum of History and Culture, the new Smithsonian Museum, which is so popular. And this is a photograph of that house back in the 70s, when people were still living there. They had cows, just moseying around. They had their laundry on display and that kind of stuff. It was really, it's just a house that's near and dear to my heart. And these are shingles that came off of the house. And they were given to me by one of the people on the committee. They gave both Gretchen and me a set of these shingles, and they're great.
Carol worked hand in hand with me. I mean, the whole board did, but Carol in particular getting the donating the slave cabin to the Smithsonian was really kind of our baby. And so someone on the board, I don't remember who it was, gave us, Carol and myself, shingles to remember that
Not that
momentous
kind of
wedding.
shingles. We didn't get that kind of shingles. It's shingles from house shingles.
House shingles. But this picture, I will point out to you, I don't know how closely you can see it, but you see all that laundry on the line out there. There was no running water and no electricity in that cabin. And 13 people lived in it at the time. So if you can imagine the amount of work you had to do to get all that laundry washed and hung out to dry, it's a great picture. We love that picture.
When we started furnishing this house, it was just trying to find something to put in it. One of the things we put in it was this table. It's a Landrum table, and they make these tables out of refurbished wood that they find in the harbor in Charleston. It's wonderful. It's also made out of heart pine. It blends in with the rest of my reclaimed wood in this part of the house. And my mantelpiece came from Landrum's tables too, and that's where I bought that from. One of the things we did in this part of the house in the addition was try to make it as closely, to make it resemble the old house as closely as we possibly could. So when we were putting in the ceiling in this part of the house, we put beadboard, and I painted it blue because one time when I was upstairs and we were starting to renovate the house, there was a little teeny blue patch in the ceiling, and I just fell in love with it, and I thought, I'm just going to go ahead and paint my ceilings in the whole house blue. So I did. I'm not sure what color it is. It's not portico blue, but it is a very, very light, very soothing blue, and I really like it. This is the bar area, and one thing that's really neat is this board right here. It has Townsend Michael, Edisto Island written on it. Apparently, he had ordered some wood, and this was the name on it that where it would get shipped. But this was also in the house. I took it down when we found it. I told the guys, I said, let's get it down as a big a piece as we can. But it just shows that they used everything when they were building houses, everything. This again is the old wood from the outside of the house. It would have been on this wall right here. And but this was the old kitchen at one time. It was a small, small kitchen. But this is where it was. Gretchen, let's go into the front room.
Okay. Which is the oldest part of the house.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
This is where we usually come in the house, right here. There is another door there, but I really don't open that one at all. This room turned out beautifully, I think. A lot of it is old, and it's what was here before. As a matter of fact, we had wallboard over this beadboard over here, and they just pulled it down, and I said, let's leave it. That's
Beautiful.
exactly how it was when they pulled the beadboard out off the wall.
So you didn't do anything?
I did not do anything. And if you look over here, there's a piece of hanging wallpaper still that's on the door. The doors are also all original from the house.
They are
and,
beautiful.
And you can see that I didn't paint them. I just pretty much left them the way they were.
They look almost pickled.
They do.
Carol, tell us a little bit about this painting by Mary Seegers, who was our tour artist a few years ago. I can't remember what year it was, but when Sunnyside was on tour. This is the big house, not and it also shows a piece of the
Tabby Foundation.
The gym.
Yes. Well, Mary, when she came to paint the house, she says, what angle do you like? And I thought, well, I don't know. Because most people do the house from the cannon front to look at the house. But I said, I really like the Tabby Foundation, the old gin house. And so she put a little bit of the gin house in here and took some artist license. Well, she took out some trees.
All right.
But that's all right. It's artist license. The trees are still there. But that's what this is. And it is one of my favorite paintings I've bought from the museum.
It's beautiful.
This photograph right here is done by John Vyers, and John is the person who did this house. He's my contractor, he's my brains, he's an artist. He really did a beautiful job on this house. But he gave me this photograph of the back of the house before we had taken any of the boards off, and he made it out of one of the boards that came down, and so this is a very special picture that I have.
So this is the water side over here.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Where the new addition
Is,
would be
yeah,
back
the
here.
new addition was,
So this would have been the bathroom you were talking about.
well, right here is the bathroom.
Oh, the bath-
This
okay.
is the back
Back.
wall of this room over here.
Okay.
And we need to go into the bathroom. So I'll show you what we've done there.
Because people are always curious as to how you can modernize
Yes,
the
exactly.
facilities.
Right, right. Well, this is our downstairs bathroom. What we have done is I took out a door that was behind the shower. It was right over here. I got rid of it. I needed more wall space than I needed extra doors in this house. Since I have at least 2 doors on this wall, I decided we only needed 1. But we put in a shower and also made it my washroom. I have my stacked washer and dryer over here, and my folding table, and then the rest of the bathroom. This is a great thing. When we were discussing about putting a bathroom in, which we've just seen, this used to be one long room. It was my Uncle Edwin's room. But what we've done is we cut it in half, put the bathroom on one side, and then put my husband's another studio office on this side. This door is the only door that was not in the house. It was found where they found the wood for redoing the new part of the house. But this is a lovely door. Again, we have done nothing with it, just left it like it was. So that is how we've been doing things. One of the things I really, really wanted when I started going up and down the stairs, I decided I needed a dumbwaiter. I know that's a little extravagant. This is just a little house, but I was concerned about carrying laundry down the stairs. So we put a dumbwaiter into the house, and it will go up, and but I can put my laundry in, or I can put my suitcase in. It is just wonderful because I can lift it and just go on upstairs with it. It's great. Welcome to the upstairs bedroom. I just want to remind you that this is where I discovered the blue for the ceiling. There was a little piece right over there that had this blue on it. I said, we're going to keep it. Again, the walls are just like they were when we pulled the wallboard off. I mean, they haven't been painted. Nothing has been done to them. Another neat thing is I was trying to figure out what kind of bed I was going to have up here. Well, I was watching one of these morning shows that had, decorating, and I usually got nothing off of them. But this day I did. I used a door for my backboard. My backboard on my bed. So that's just a door that came from the house that we put up on the wall and used as the backboard for the bed. The stairs used to be outdoor stairs, but we decided to pull them indoors, so we put another wall on the outside of the stairs, and they're now indoor stairs, so we can walk up in the winter, and they're just as toasty warm as the rest of the house. Come with me to the bathroom. This room just used to be a room. Didn't have any doors or anything. We decided to make this the bathroom upstairs, and we put that door in, put a shower in, and then we have a sink and toilet, everything you need in a bathroom. Another thing is I didn't tell you this downstairs, but I meant to. The mirrors for the sinks over the mirrors. I just found them. They were in some old furniture that was stuffed around the house. And they had a mirror above the chest of drawers. I just took the mirror. The chest of drawers were trash, but I have the mirror over my bathroom sinks, and they're great. One of the lanyards that I got on my refurbishing this house is I put in a cedar closet. So this is my cedar closet, and it is wonderful. It makes my clothes smell great. Now we need to finish our trip up the dumbwaiter. Just a second. There's the ice bucket. This porch has always been here, but it's now, as I said, inside the house as opposed to outside the house. And this was one of the scenes from the Notebook movie where Ryan Gosling leaned over here and he yelled to the postmaster. He said, "Any mail yet?" And they said no mail, so Rachel McAdams didn't send the mail he was looking for. Too bad.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us here at Shady Side. We've enjoyed showing you a little bit about it, and hope to see you again soon.
Well, we've loved featuring it, and we've loved having Gumbo here. He's the star of the show, and this is our second one, and we've got another one coming up in December, and that will be Middleton Plantation. Thank you.
Bye-bye from Edisto Island Historic Preservation Society.